I'm gonna color this right here. There's the lower adit.
Yep. Okay.
And the upper adit's up here. So this pink is the trace of the dike on the surface. And this is where the dike goes up the hill to the top, makes a bend and heads northwest over to the no name.
Yep.
And so we can trace the dike down to here. Looks like all the mining was on the dike. Then we don't see it. There's dumps and so forth.
You're right.
And then right here, a couple 100 meters out, we have this little outcrop that we're sitting on right now. So this gives me some confidence that the dike is probably underneath all of this talus and vegetation in here, this dark area,
yep.
and it continues out. Now, I don't know if that's all that important, but we know on the next sheet, off there, and there's another dike parallel to this that the Antimony King is on, and that looks to be a very important dike.
Very, yep.
And
interesting.
And you see, it goes to the dike.
Oh, yeah.
And you see I put on here with stibnite. So we got stibnite all along in here. I collected sample 96915. You and I collected that. And then the workings from the open pit are right there. So we could, it might be better, as Steve was suggesting.
See a hole there too.
I didn't see anything. Maybe. Yeah. But we can go, there's a road and it gets us right up onto we'll just walk the dike out into the pit area, and
yep.
then we're there, and then we can just walk out because the main pit's over here.
Okay.
So go ahead and take an additional look if you want to.
I'll just take a couple of photos.
You can see two stages in the felsite dike. The little black spots here are pyrite crystals.
Yep.
And it's white, it's altered, there's sericite in it. And then notice here it's kind of olive green, and you can see the crystals of the stibnite developing. So it's telling me that the stibnite's associated with an additional stage, like an alteration stage, that's traversing the felsite dike.
Okay.
And then this piece here Brett brought out is just the wall rock. It's just the siltstone. You'll see pyrite crystals on there.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's very unlikely to find any stibnite on this. It may go in a little ways, but this is essentially
that's the money
your
rock.
vein. I mean, this is what hosts the stibnite.
Huh.
65 degrees to the south.
Good.
There's a lot of metal in there, but so I don't know how good my
Your bearing doesn't
bearing was. Is north 35 west.
Looks close.
It seems to get a little thicker as you go that direction.
Which is consistent with the geologic map, so that makes sense.
They had one little stope, but it only went up about 15 feet. So just an estimate, it's 100 feet to the intersection.
Yep.
It's about almost 200 feet to the cave.
Wow.
200 feet. And how high is the back?
It's a good 10 feet, I'd say.
Okay. So you need to.
And in some places they've obviously taken stuff out, but there's plenty of sampling material.
So you could go in there with a couple short 4-foot aluminum ladders and some lagging, and build a little stage, and get up 3-4 feet to sample the back.
Yeah,
Some
and
2x12s or something.
I never had to duck,
Okay.
and in places it's a little bit higher. So let's call it 8 feet high, not 10. But it gets higher, 9 feet, 10 feet.
You need to have something so that it's really hard